Welcome to the Non-Starters podcast, the show where I, an unsuccessful actor-writer, sit down with my more successful friends and talk about our creative endeavours, and by the grace of the god technology, turn them into radio plays. As ever, my co-host Jamie Hoskin is here, actor and voice actor.
Hey, thanks for having me, Aidan.
And this show, our guest is award-winning star of 2020's My Other Suit is Human, self-described actor, creator, and procrastinator, Bethany Blake.
Hiya.
And that is how you introduce a motherfucking podcast.
That's 10 out of 10, mate. Straight out of the bat. Great stuff.
Yeah. I have been told that my intros are a bit awkward and cumbersome. That, I think, was the cleanest one I've done so far.
When you said award-winning actor, I was like, wait, who's he talking about? And then I remembered.
Yeah, that you won that award, yeah.
Yeah, because it happened during lockdown. So it was just kind of like, I got a message from the directors being like, well done, da-da-da. And I was like, oh, amazing. But like, obviously that's it. That's kind of like the extent of everything at the moment. You know, it's in the middle of everything. And yeah.
Yeah, so that one just kind of went over the fence.
Ever so slightly, yeah.
Okay. Well, hello, Bethany. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I mean, yeah, I'm still sort of in isolation because I live with my parents at the moment and my dad is still shielding, which is annoying, but it does mean I've had a lot of time to do stuff like this. So that's something. Jamie, how are you?
Good, thank you. Yeah. I finally finished that audiobook that I kept going on about. That's done.
Hey!
Which
Winged
is,
Destiny is available on audio.
Audible. It is, yeah, Winged Destinies. That's right. That's like the every other sentence I'll be saying will just be promoting that. No, yeah, I'm good, thanks, man. I'm really good. Yeah, just keeping reasonably busy. Got a few little bits and bobs on the go, and yeah, and finished that audiobook, which was a big old job, but so happy it's done. But yeah, but all the better for seeing you, and yeah, excited for
Excellent.
this stuff we've got today.
Yeah, you guys have not met before.
That's right. No.
Cool. Yeah, Jamie, Bethany, Jamie.
Hey, Bethany.
Jamie and I have known each other since we were about 10. Bethany was 2 years above me at drama school. So, I mean, I don't know if you found this at your place, Jamie, that like the people in the years above you,
gods,
even though they are like, yeah, like for all intensive purposes, they are your peers, and they're not like that. They're not in the industry yet. They're just a couple of years ahead of you, nearly being in the industry. But like you look at them with
like celebrities. I felt,
yeah,
I was so in awe of them.
And what I have learned from like being friends with a few people who were the year above and the second and third years when I was in my first year was that like that does not go away. I mean,
damn it, they're still good.
Yeah, I was like, Beth, we ran into each other like at our friend Luke's show. Was that at the beginning of 2020 or was that last year? I mean, was that 2019? I mean,
I think it was 2019.
Yeah, like even then you have that thing of like, oh my god, the big kids are here. And I've not had that feeling on professional jobs where I've been around people I've seen on like TV and films. It's really weird. I know, it's just like if drama school is just like such a formative sort of like couple of years.
I think it's also just like the school mentality. Like you're there during a time, and like I think even with like in high school, like not even drama school, if you see the bigger kids, they're still kind of like, oh man, they're the cool kids. Like even on Instagram and stuff, I see some of the big kids are up to. I'm like, oh man, you're so cool.
Yeah, like I mean, and
yeah, 100%.
Like the mad thing as well was I was not the youngest person in my year, so there were like people in the year above me, and I think maybe one person in your year that like if we weren't the same age, they were even younger. So like it makes no sense. It's just, I mean, anyway. This is the portion of the show which we allocate for introducing ourselves and introducing the guest. I'm going to be lazy. Beth, how are you? Who are you?
How am I? Who am I? I am Bethany Blake, an actor for my sins, and I'm doing good. Don't I
Good.
answer that the other way around, but yeah.
No, it's yeah. I mean, we like obviously the stated sort of thing, like intent for the podcast is that we take scripts that we've either worked on or extracts or stuff, and we record them remotely and turn them into mini radio plays.
Mm-hmm.
But what this has also been is just like an opportunity to talk about the last year in the industry with my friends and see how they've coped
Yeah.
and see how it's like affected their work. So like, I mean, you won an award in 2020.
I did
but,
for
like,
work I did in 2019, but yeah.
Could I ask a little bit more about that? I missed in your intro what the award was relating to. What was the project that you did?
It was a short film called My Other Suit is Human. And the premise is
Right.
a couple have lost their child, sort of a young child who's been sick, and it's them dealing with the grief. So Zoe, my character, sort of is not coping well, and her husband has sort of thrown himself into work and doing, all manner of distraction, and she finds a little robot toy with a broken arm in her son's room, fixes it, and kind of gets this idea to fix herself by creating this robot costume. And the costume is like, it's just boxes, but it was incredibly well made. I wish I could remember the man's name off the top of my head, but I can't. But he was one of the prosthetic technicians and creators on Ex Machina and other incredible like movies. Like he was working on something with Kenneth Branagh at the National, like doing a life cast. So they did a life cast of me to get the proportions right. So this suit was like fucking amazing.
Wow.
She deals with her grief in this unconventional way, and it's very cool.
Bethany, that sounds absolutely amazing. Is there any way we can see it? Is it anywhere?
It's not available publicly yet. It's still doing the rounds at the festival circuit, so it's just been accepted into 2 more festivals. It's done
Fantastic.
really well for itself.
outstanding.
It's amazing. The whole crew was just incredible. The set, the location, like everyone like hit it out the bag. It was amazing. Pulled it out the bag, hit it. I just mixed up 2 things there, didn't I?
It works.
Close. We know what you meant.
Yeah, we hit that out of the bag. Yeah.
Hit that out of the bag, man. I'm going to use that. I like that.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure you've done this to me before as well. Like I think I was just trawling through Instagram or Facebook or something and caught pictures of you in the robot suit. And it was just that thing of like, oh, Bethany's up to something cool. I did try to find it online, but I couldn't. But I'm guessing that's because, like you said, it's still doing the circuits.
Yeah, still doing it.
Awesome. Well, please share on social media when we can see that. And then
Absolutely.
I'll share that from the podcast Instagram as well. Assuming people listen to this show and or follow us on social media. Which of
course they do.
Of course.
Yeah, millions.
Yeah, my cousin and parents.
Don't worry. As soon as I tell my parents, my mother will go and follow. She's very good like that.
Excellent. Cool.
And you'll have my mama too.
Nice. Right. Okay. So let's have a look at the script that you brought for us. You said these are 3 sketches that you said you wrote for your showreel stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, not just for sort of mine. There was. I'm with a cooperative agency, so we invest a lot in our members in terms of like we get casting directors in to come and talk to us and do workshops with us, but we also we try and make our own work. So at the moment, there's a little group of us who are taking part in the DAFTAs competition. So we're sort of creating a parody of the film Nowhereland. So I wrote these little scripts as showreel bolsters, really, so that we could film them and make sure that, you know, everyone's kind of got great material for their showreel, you know, if someone's lacking in something.
I have definitely done some of that before. Like, actually, I think last episode, me and Jamie read a script from something that I wrote for our showreels.
Amazing.
Yeah, you've definitely done me several solids on that front with voice reels and with show reel stuff. I was always like, who do I know that can write? Ah, yes.
Again, I haven't worked professionally for a year and a half, so I'm always happy to do the work. Hence the podcast. So, okay, so I think if we read all three of these and then see how we are for time and then probably use all three in the edit. But like, yeah, did you have someone that you wanted to read for?
I did not. No, I mean, that's why they kind of just letter names, so you know they're entirely interchangeable for whoever's.
Okay, cool. Well, I think because you are the guest, Beth, it's only right that you actually get to read one of the good ones.
I mean, I like to think they're all good. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, yep.
You put your foot in it there, haven't you, mate?
There's no small parts. There's only small actors.
Yeah.
So why don't we take it in turns, because it looks like there's two characters per script and across the page. So why don't we take it in turns that like one of us reads the across the page for one sketch and the other two read the sketch. That
sounds good.
That seems right. I mean, I'm a socialist, so that seems fair to me. So
a fair division of labour, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The problem with socialism is that you run out of other people's money.
Zinger.
This is the second podcast I've recorded today. I'm too tired. We could get into that another time.
And the fact that it's a Maggie Thatcher quote.
I mean...
Nice, what a hero.
Oh, God. What an awful woman. Thatcher, not Bethany. Cool. So, I'll read the across the page for this, and then... Yeah, Jamie, if Bethany, you read S, and Jamie, you read E, and then we'll change it up for the next one.
Sweet.
Cool.
Is there, Bethany, is there anything I need to know about E?
No, not really.
Okay.
You create the rich backstory in your own mind, Jamie.
In this 5 seconds I've got.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've done it.
I mean,
well done.
Okay.
I literally just have opened this, obviously, before this thing. I've not even read it through, so this will be fun.
Oh, cold reading.
I never give Jamie the scripts beforehand.
Yeah, it's part of my like sort of anxiety dream experience.
Oh, I love it! Yay.
Well, you know, he's bragged in the past that you know he's pretty good at sight reading, and has mocked me regularly and often for the glasses that I have to wear when I'm sight reading, which I'll just pop on for you now.
I'd never mock you for the glasses. I'd mock you for not being able to read.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, not great content for a podcast, but because I'm dyslexic, the glasses that I wear are sort of tinted lenses, which make me look somewhere between Cyclops from X-Men and Bono. So
definitely thinking Bono.
Either way, a massive tosser, yeah.
Either way, bit of a cock, yeah. Oh my God, like when I first got the glasses, and I went to an audition, and I was sitting in the corridor outside, kind of just reading through the script. Now the glasses on, and they called my name, and I went in, and I didn't. I've learned since that you should take the glasses off, go into the audition, and then put the glasses back on. Or you'll have a situation like this where you do a 20-minute audition, and then at the end, the production assistant will say like, "Oh, like just nice glasses, by the way. Is that like? And you go, oh yeah, no, it's not like it's not a fashion choice. It's like actually I need them to read. And the director will look up and go, oh right,
You're not a weirdo.
sorry.
Great.
Well, I mean, in his words, I thought you were a massive twat.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, do you want me to do the audition over with you not thinking I'm a massive twat? Like, no, we're sort of tight for time. Like, okay, so I've not booked this one then, I guess.
Oh, because you know he's just written next to your headshot twat, and he'll forget to rewrite that.
You just see him burning it in front of you, just like as you finish the scene.
Well, I mean, I wrote twat in pen, so you know, what are you gonna do?
There's no
It's red
going back.
marker, mate. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And this would be where I cut to a transition. The joy of flying. Pub interior. 2 pints being carried to a table. The carrier sits and pushes a pint energetically towards the other person. There are several empty pints already on the table.
Thanks.
S takes a few sips, something playing on their mind. Looks concentrated or constipated.
What's that face for?
What?
Your face is doing something.
Oh. Yeah. Do you ever get flying dreams?
Yeah, sure. Sometimes. Hey, you ever have trouble taking off? I have to do a run and jump and flap my arms about to get into the air. Couple false starts, not graceful at all. Wobbling all over the place. Some people, no problem, straight up into the air. Probably says something about your psychology, huh?
I guess. Yeah, I don't have to run or anything. I don't know. Mine sound pretty different to yours.
Yeah? How so?
I don't know. It's weird.
Tell me.
Okay. So, it's always the same dream. I'm in a big empty hall. One of those old gyms with wood floors, walls are yellowed cream, age-stained, proper retro. Wooden climbing rack all the way to the ceiling. Somehow, I know the room's locked, and I have to wait for someone to unlock it. And as I'm waiting, I'm suddenly picked up, thrown backwards around the room, no control, like a rag doll gripped by an unseen hand. There's a quiet, gripping terror that goes through me, but I can't make a sound. Just flying backwards, round and around, faster and faster, till suddenly I'm about to crash into the wall and I wake up. Ever had anything like that?
No. Colour-coded sticky tabs. Interior office, daytime. Workers busy at their desks. The prim and proper supervisor watches one of the workers from around the computer, watching as they input data from a large, full-looking binder. There are several of these on the desk. Something about the data entry is obviously annoying them. Finally, it's too much.
Hiya. So I've noticed that you haven't been using the colour-coded sticky tab system that we discussed at the last meeting. It's a teensy bit complicated, I know. If you want me to explain it again, I'd be more than happy.
No, you're all right. No, I got it. I was just under the impression it was more of a suggestion. Yeah, if you're struggling, keeping it all in order. Yeah, great system. But I think I'm all good. Keeping it all on track.
Okay. So you think you're all right with it all? That is the beauty of the color-coded tab system. Takes the thinking right out of it. Just have a quick glance. The colour tells you which section to input the data, and beep boop boop, you're done.
No, sure. Or I could just look at the title of the data section.
But it's so much easier with the tabs to do it at a glance. And then you can remove the tabs when you're done inputting. It's a nice, clean, colourful way of keeping track of where we are with the data.
I'm sure it's great. Super organized. Kudos to, whoever came up with it. But really, I'm fine doing it this way.
Well, we don't want just fine, do we? We want excellence and efficiency. And I think you'll find with the colour-coded sticky tab system, we can achieve both.
Right. I'm just cognizant that in the time it would take me to put in all the color-coded sticky tab system tabs, I could have finished inputting this data section. So, just don't really think it's worth it for me.
Just use the colour-coded tab system. Thanks. That'll be all.
That's so good. I love that.
I mean, obviously, I read that earlier when you sent it to me, and there's no way to read that isn't psychotic.
I just think everyone's been in that been in that conversation before.
Yeah.
I feel like that really strikes a chord with we've all been there, definitely.
Yeah. I've worked in one office for a month, and I've had that conversation. or a variation of.
Yeah, we all know that person. We've all been in some job where that person, you're just like, oh no, go away.
Also, colour-coded sticky tab system was a very fun thing to say.
Yeah. Although I've realised at the end I need to put it in, so it's the repetition right at the end. Just use the colour-coded sticky tab system. I missed out the sticky tab.
It's still
I can do it again if you. Just use the colour.
Just been watching lots of The American Office.
Ah, classic.
I can just definitely you can just see something sort of like a scene just like that sort of arising. It's great.
Yeah, it's like the what's her name? The very short blonde woman with the cats.
Angela.
Oh, Angela.
Angela, that's an Angela moment.
Yeah, it totally is.
Beth, if you read the across the page, Jamie, we're gonna have some fun.
Yes. Yes.
Okie dokes.
Lip sync and glitter. Backstage. A velvet curtain. A hand pulls back the curtain. Disco lights beyond. Curtain closes and the figure turns round, covered in feathers, glitter, and festival makeup.
Oh, fuck.
Just breathe. You'll be fine. You've sung this song 100 times, and guess what? You're not even singing. It's a bloody lip sync. You've got this.
How do I look?
For the millionth time, you look amazing. You are the fairest of the fair, and my God, you certainly the glitteriest. You know this stuff isn't biodegradable, right?
Oh, shush. You don't know this group, right? They're fucking cool, yeah? They're the spangly-titted, feather-wearing fantasy children of the festival circuit, and this is my chance to get in with them, all right? If I'm good enough tonight, they could ask me to join them, to perform with them.
So you want to spend your summer travelling from mud camp to mud camp on a constant fueling of Class A narcotics? Need a backup dancer? Very fun. Before we jump on, can I ask about the one that we've just done?
Yeah.
Where did your experience sort of come from to spark this, or did it just come from your brain, or what was the?
Literally just from my brain. Like I go to like things like Mighty Hoopla and like sort of festivals and like Sink the Pink. So there's obviously that kind of like cabaret atmosphere and like they're all dressed in like feathers and craziness. So I was like, this just a little scene kind of popped up in my head, and I was like, yeah, I read that.
The sort of I've been in that sort of environment where you think if you were wearing a white glove, you could kind of pass your hand through the air and it would just be glitter. That I do. I have had that experience in my girlfriend's flat as well.
No, glitter is cabaret herpes. That's
Oh.
what it is.
I've heard it called the STD of the craft world. Yeah.
It is indeed that. Yes, it is.
I didn't know everyone had such strong opinions on glitter. But,
Oh,
Well,
honestly,
you get
like,
up to fucking speed, Jamie.
clearly I'm out of the loop. I'm so sorry.
Go. I'm guessing that bit at the bottom is like a monologue.
yeah, that was just something else that happened to be on that I was thinking about recording as like
Okay.
just a thing, like for my show reel, like part of that.
If you want to record it for this, I can do some audio to it, and you can just sample it afterwards, and I can send that to you.
I think you should do it, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've never actually. You
Yeah.
guys can actually give me some feedback afterwards because I've never read this in front of anyone.
No, absolutely. Like, dude, shoot.
Woohoo!
Does the speech have a title?
It doesn't, It would probably just be something like The Wish or something like that.
Okay. Well, if you want to, just so for continuity with the other ones, if you just run it in with just the wish, and then
Cool. The Wish. I wished for a couple of things when I was a kid. I wished, and you know what? They came true. I wished to be tall, one of those childhood points of pride. Line up according to height, the teacher says. The mad dash and eager chatter as children race to their perceived place in line. Shrill voices piercing above the din proclaim, I'm taller! No, you're not! Puerile bodies press back to back, straight as arrows, desperate to claim that quarter-inch gained place in line. And then myself. I know my place in line. My wish has come true, and to the head of the line I go. Okay, second tallest in the class. My second wish, that second wish of mine, made without thinking, made without forethought, made without insight. Ironic. My second wish was for glasses. When I was 7, my sister was prescribed a pair of specs. Those dreadful 90s, thick-formed plastic kind, rainbow flecks of joylessness adorning. To me, I didn't see the hideous crime against fashion that sat upon my sister's face. I saw a part of my family I wasn't part of. My dad had glasses, my mum, and now my sister. I don't think I knew conclusively what glasses meant, the reason behind those plastic forms, that your eyes are weak, the muscles straining. Didn't know I'd never wake to see the world clearly, or have the daily morning fumble for my glasses. To me, a child, to be part of was to be bespectacled. And so I wished. And it too came true. Now I'm older, less believing. Time and age have stolen my belief. Grown-up thoughts parade through my head on a never-ending cycle of to-dos. My time is managed, allotted. Careful calculations prepare me for the week ahead. An hour to travel, 9 to 5 to work, an hour to travel home again, dinner, TV, sleep. I wake and do it all again. And again. I see my life mapped and planned for the next 10 years, and I'm scared. Scared that that is all it will be. All that I will be. And so I wish my third and final wish. I wish to be brave. Brave enough to do the thing I love. Brave enough to quit this stagnant place I have found myself. To pursue the unknown and jump that cliff edge. Maybe I'll fall, but maybe I'll fly. But I wish to be brave enough to try.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, that definitely deserves a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dude, that was great.
Oh, thanks. I've never read that in front of anyone. And it kind of came to me in literally a stream of consciousness. So I just kind of was on my phone writing as I walked because it was just in my head.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, dude. So that one, is that similar? Is that based on?
That one's real. That one is kind of those are the things I genuinely wished for as a child. I was like, I want to be tall, and like I was one of the taller kids in my class, and then I have such strong memories of like when my sister got her glasses, and I was like, I threw a tantrum because I was like, I want glasses too, and when they're like, you don't need them, I'm like, I do, and yeah,
Well,
I really liked
okay.
the observations, how it sort of starts off is sort of about lining up in height order and all that stuff. It's like so specific because like everyone has that sort of exact memory. But the bit that really it's like sort of caught my ear was that bit at the end about so this bit about sort of 9 to 5 work and like seeing your life sort of mapped and planned and it being like fucking terrifying.
yeah,
I definitely sort of related to that. I've had sort of moments where I've been doing other jobs, like when I was getting my teaching qualification. I sort of come from acting and then done some teaching, and I was sort of doing that full time, and I had that same feeling of, oh my god, if this was to be my life, my full time life, there must be like more going on than this. I think probably a lot of actors have sort of felt that maybe when they've been doing a job that they don't love, or it's not like their passion, going like, oh shit, is this really how it's going to be? Because that's not cool. Was it sort of
that
about
one where you have to pay the bills and you kind of, you know, sometimes you can get stuck somewhere like that because money's coming
Very
in,
easily.
you're paying the bills, you're doing the things you have to do,
Yeah.
but it's easy to get stuck
Yeah.
there.
Well, I mean, I guarantee I am not the only person in this position right now, but like I'm definitely like coming from a place of I've spent the last 10 years on and off, and the entire time I've been kind of active in the industry, were like my day job always working in like service industry, so like bars and restaurants and stuff, and I got laid off last year because of everything that's going on in the world, like, and yeah, like it's terrifying to like be staring down the barrel of, okay, like if this is still the world I want to live and work in, I need to maybe find another way to pay the bills, and I'm like at the tail end of my 20s and I don't know how to do anything else. Like I think like particularly the last year there's going to be a lot of people who are kind of like re-examining that stuff now, because it sucks that is the only like, I mean, people have been trying to work this out since people have been like working professionally as actors and performers. Like, what can I do to pay the bills that doesn't make me hate my life and is flexible enough that I can still do that when I want to,
Yeah.
and you know it's available.
That final line is really like sort of perfect as well, because it's exactly it. But I wish to be brave enough to try. It's sort of despite everything, you sort of know what you want and what you want to do, and it's just a question of like, do you sort of have the guts and the nerve to say like, no, this is the thing, and I'm gonna do it, and even if I just like sort of, you know, quietly work away at it, like this is it, I'm gonna do it. But I think that sort of like resolution to be brave is very like easy to identify with there. Yeah, and I think we always have that question. Do you sort of feel like, I don't know if you guys feel, but when you sort of look at some of your other friends and, you know, they're starting to have like mortgages and like expensive holidays and kids and lots of impressive stuff, and you're like, oh, I'm not doing those things.
Yeah.
And you think,
Yeah, I haven't even thought about getting a goldfish. So,
Yeah, and some of them are popping out their third child.
oh,
And I'm like,
terrifying.
mate, no. I'm so far off that point in my life. And yet we're the same age. Like, how does this happen?
yeah, I have friends who are younger than me who are getting married, and some of them are having babies, and that's like, it's interesting again, because like I don't know how you guys feel about this kind of stuff. Is that's not really something that I've ever wanted so much. Like the kind of kind of settling down and doing, you know, that we all understand is the conventional thing to do as you turn 30. And like I've never felt the kind of the impulse or like the pull to do that, and which is sometimes like felt quite freeing in that thing of like wanting to work in a creative industry, going, okay, cool, so there's less things sort of tying you down. But then on occasion it can feel like, oh, so I'm kind of just untethered completely. That comes with a whole other spectrum of anxieties about the world and where I fit into it.
Yeah. No, I get you. Like, obviously, as a lady, there's the kind of the expectation or the kind, sometimes it's kind of like the question of like, are you gonna have kids? And to be honest, like, I don't know if I am. I don't feel any particular compulsion to. I'm not broody. Like, I know some of my friends, like, they're not with partners or anything, but they're like, I want kids. I know I want kids. And I'm like, I don't think I do. Or I haven't got that feeling yet. So, yeah, it's just kind of, you can't help but compare yourself to people at points. But then you also have to be like, well, I'm not them. And I'm doing what feels right for me. So that's okay.
The other thing, sorry, just one more thing.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
So, if that's all right. The other thing it reminded me of, this last bit here, like, maybe I'll fall or maybe I'll fly, but I'll be brave enough to try. There's a really good, like, inspirational speech by Denzel Washington. He does. I think it's for some university graduation thing or something. But he has this idea about, he sort of talks about his sort of journey with it all. And he has this line about falling forward, like, don't fall back, fall forward. And sort of just, like, even when it really sucks and it's really tough, like, don't be sort of focusing on your fallback, sort of focus on falling forward. He says it much better than I, surprisingly enough.
I think, but I think I've heard like a variation of it. It's the idea that like if you fall, it's like even if you fall forward, once you like when you've got yourself back up off the ground, you'll still be further on than you were before. And
it's just about not settling. I think is that thing, and that's the pressure that we're all sort of discussing, and sort of just fighting that and staying sort of positive. I think that really came through in the. It was great.
Oh, thanks, guys.
The chat got deeper than I was expecting when we started reading.
That's what good writing does, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's
exactly.
And yeah, I think again we're sort of coming up on time.
Yeah, Zoom is deciding how long our podcast is going to be here, pretty much, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I'll at some point I will just pay the subscription. And, I said that we would do 5 episodes before I really committed to the process.
So you've still got one more where everything can be a shambles.
Well, we're recording with Joe tomorrow, so yeah. So as of next week, I will be taking this completely seriously.
I like that. As of next week.
As
I will
sometime
have my
in the future.
Checklist for what needs to be sent out prior. I'll have
Hey! I wrote down the intro this week.
Oh. Okay.
Trust me, that he's doing
baby
well.
Step.
This is definitely exactly.
I wrote it in pencil while I was waiting for you guys to join the Zoom meeting. But I'm doing better.
That is all that we can ever ask. Do better.
I'm falling forward. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll call it there, but we'll do pluggables. Bethany, where can people find you on the internet and follow you if they're so inclined?
Yeah, if people are so inclined to find me on the interwebs, I am at Betty Blake on Instagram. And I also have my photography Instagram, which is Blake Photography. So, for that events needs or theatrical production shots.
As a follower, I can say pretty dope.
Thank you.
Jamie, where are you?
Where am I?
Where? where can people find you and follow you, but not in a sinister way?
I've been a bit dense there. I should have, from the context, put that together. It's not very Holmesian.
Where can people find your audiobook so that they can pay you?
Yeah, that's the big thing, really. Yeah, get on Audible, and you can search my name, Jamie Hoskin. You can see I've done several books, but there's one in particular where I actually get money if you buy the book, which is exciting because it's a profit share. So currently, I have had £0 from it, but it's only just come live. It's called Winged Destinies, and it's a book by Philip McCormack, and it's a really good read. It's a sort of fantasy novel, but it's got little sort of strands of history, and it's really interesting. And I've got some great characters in it. Check it out, Winged Destinies on Audible.
Do you still get the money if I buy it with an Audible credit?
That I don't know. I hope so, because I think that's the only way anyone's going to be getting it, probably.
I mean, that's how I'm going to be getting it.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it does count. Fingers crossed. And I suppose the other thing is, like anything for voice work, I'm with Voice Bank London, so just go find them and employ me. Thanks.
Awesome. Yeah, you can find me at Aidan MKC on Twitter and Instagram, but again, it's not much point. I don't really use it. I'll edit out the delay here, but like I will quickly just get the podcast Instagram so that I can plug that.
Oh, well done. Are you going to get this on Apple and Google Podcasts, by the way, mate? You need to crack on with that.
Well, yeah, again, I said we'd crack 5 and then I'd do it. I'm going to do it.
Well, I think on the strength of 4, we already know it's going to be a huge success. So
it's a fair point. Yeah, you can follow the podcast at Non-Starters Podcast. At Non-Starters. What have I done?
Smooth.
At Non-Starters Pod on Instagram. So non_starters_pod. You can always listen to us on YouTube if you search for Non-Starters Podcast. And by the time this goes out, hopefully we will be on the podcast store and maybe some other platforms too. So look for us there. Maybe.
And thanks, Bethany. Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, again, let us know when the film comes out so that we can plug that on
Absolutely.
the platforms we have. So
I'll keep you posted.
Awesome. Okay. I don't have a sign-off. That's a thing we should do.
This is really
guys,
the end.
Thank you so much. Bethany, really
Cheers,
lovely to
Aidan.
see
Cheers,
you.
Bethany.
Lovely to see you. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Send you a link when it comes out.
Woohoo.